Welcome to MojoPlays, and today we're exploring 10 hidden secrets in Uncharted games.
Hey, check it out. Marco.
Really?
Come on.
For this list, we'll be looking at our favorite small details and Easter eggs throughout Naughty Dog's globe-trotting series. Did you catch all of these? What's your favorite Uncharted Easter egg? Let us know in the comments. Before we begin, we publish new content all week long, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Hog Wild. Uncharted Drake's Fortune.
Sully? We got some trouble. Hurry it up.
Okay, what's going on?
In the first Uncharted game, Naughty Dog wasted no time referencing its past franchises. From the opening scene, you can see Nate and Elena wearing Otzel brand wetsuits, a nod to Daxter's Otter-Weasel hybrid race in Jak and Daxter. You can even spot his face on the shoulder. However, a more obscure reference comes just moments later. After their boat blows up, Sully comes to their rescue in his seaplane named Hog Wild. Accompanied by the image of a lady in a tight dress, we assumed it was just the type of name a dirty old man might pick, but it's actually a reference to Crash Bandicoot. It shares a name with the first game's 8th level, in which Crash must ride a hog. Precious Treasures. Uncharted 4, A Thief's End. Throughout the series, you can find interesting treasures by searching every nook and cranny. Naturally, Naughty Dog took this opportunity to hide some Easter eggs linked to its past work. In every single one of Nate's adventures, including the Vita's Golden Abyss, you can find this strange relic, which is really a precursor orb from the Jak and Daxter series. A Thief's End, however, goes the extra mile. In Chapter 9, you can find the strange pendant, which is a Firefly dog tag from The Last of Us. In Chapter 21, you can find the strange fruit, which is the collectible Wumpa fruit from the Crash Bandicoot series. These types of little nods are always a joy to stumble upon. A Deadly Fungus. Uncharted 3, Drake's Deception. One of the franchise's most well-known Easter eggs is also one of its coolest. Uncharted 3 opens with a deal going sour and Nate and Sully having to fight off attackers in a pub. Sitting on the bar is a newspaper called The Overseer, with the headline, "Scientists are still struggling to understand deadly fungus." It's obvious now that this references The Last of Us, though the game had not yet been revealed by Uncharted 3's release. Naughty Dog took another step to linking these games in The Last of Us. During the Pittsburgh section, Joel and Ellie can find O'Sullivan's Irish Pub, itself named for Sully, which has an extremely similar layout to the one in the opening of Uncharted 3. Familiar names. Uncharted 2, Among Thieves. With every release, Naughty Dog grows fonder of including Easter eggs and references to aspects of past releases. Uncharted 2 pays homage to the first game, albeit in a subtle, hard-to-notice way. Chapter 5 sees Nate journey to Nepal, where he has to survive in an active war zone. We were too busy trying to make it out alive, not really taking the time to read some of the signs within the crumbling environment. One sign promotes Club Raja, a nod to villain Eddie Raja from Drake's Fortune. Another reads Hotel El Dorado, a reference to the treasure Nate seeks in his first adventure. While they aren't the most profound Easter eggs, they're still appreciated references to Nate's past. A Fulfilling Prize. Uncharted: The Lost Legacy.
Magnificent.
The characters of Uncharted are always out to gain something. In The Lost Legacy, after opening all the doors of the Hoysala Tower in Chapter 4, you're meant to continue with your adventure. However, if you keep climbing instead of descending, you'll find a nice Easter egg at the very top. You'll have to wait for Chloe to say a few lines, including one about expecting to win a prize for climbing to the peak. She'll then begin to do yoga, with the camera revolving around her to show off the gorgeous scenery. It's a peaceful moment for sure, but it also gets you the Your Prize trophy, a clever meta reference to Chloe's dialogue. For Marissa. Uncharted 4, A Thief's End. Uncharted 4 begins with our hero retired, but itching for an excuse to get back to his dangerous adventures. At home, his attic is stocked with relics, knickknacks, and other types of items that reference previous games. A lot of them are obvious for those who have played the main series. but one box you can spot is labeled Francisco Vasquez de Coronado with a sticky note that reads, "Send to Marissa." This is in reference to ally Marissa Chase and the plot of Golden Abyss, the Vita title developed not by Naughty Dog, but by Bend Studio. It was neat to see Naughty Dog include a reference to the smaller game that many Uncharted fans may not have experienced. Pool games. Various.
Hey, check it out. Marco.
Really?
Come on.
No.
Marco.
A great running joke in the series involves the pool game Marco Polo. In Chapter 6 of Uncharted 2, you'll come across a pool. Jumping in will cause Nate to crack a joke, calling Marco to an exasperated Chloe. A clever jest considering the plot ties in with the famous explorer. Naughty Dog has referenced the bit in every game since. In Uncharted 3, Nate will find a near-empty pool during Chapter 14, calling Marco to no one, earning you the Marco Solo trophy. In Uncharted 4, trying to play the game with Sam in Chapter 12 will earn you the Marco Polo Returns trophy. Finally, in Lost Legacy, after Chloe and Nadine escape a flooded cave in Chapter 5, jumping into a nearby pool will again reference the joke, earning you the Marco So No trophy.
Nothing.
Shared interests. Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. The Lost Legacy broke tradition by not including a precursor orb as a treasure Chloe could find. However, it did include one we think is even cooler. In Chapter 8, one of the treasures you can find is called the Strange Skull. What's strange is that it still has eyes, but this is another reference to The Last of Us. The Strange Skull is actually Skeleseer, a cranial-shaped magic 8-ball that Ellie and Riley find inside the Halloween shop in the Left Behind DLC. The Easter egg goes one step further than just including the reference. If you examine the treasure in your menu and turn it upside down to read the message, you'll get the Shake for Your Fortune trophy. A Message of Suffering. Uncharted 2: Among Thieves. Nate has a pretty rough go of things in Uncharted 2. He's betrayed and left to rot in a prison, he's shot right before his train crashes, and ends the game empty-handed. Anyone up on their ancient Greek may have seen this suffering coming from the very beginning. When Harry Flynn finds him in Chapter 2 and begins to recruit him, you can see a chalkboard by the bar which reads Politlas Dios Nathan. This roughly means Nathan the Great Endurer or Sufferer. Not only that, but the hero of Homer's The Odyssey is often described as Politlas Dios Odysseus. We wouldn't say Nate goes through quite the level of ordeal as Odysseus, but it's a cool Easter egg all the same. A Love for Monkey Island. Uncharted 4: A Thief's End. Some Naughty Dog employees are massive fans of the Monkey Island series. So when it came time for Nate to go on a pirate adventure, it included multiple references to those games. The most obvious is a portrait of series protagonist Guybrush Threepwood, which can be found in Chapter 11, though Nate has no idea who he is. Chapter 12 holds even more references. A statue of Threepwood pops up at one point, with Sam also failing to remember his name. At another instance, Nate will make a remark about his cistern being the second biggest he's ever seen, referencing a funny running remark of Threepwood's throughout the series. Sam will also reference a skull-shaped island from the series. Kudos to the team for so many Easter eggs of these classic adventure games.
Check out these other great clips from MojoPlays, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.